Alrighty, everyone, welcome back. This is SpeedDocsAthon. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of y'all for being here and supporting the cause. Up next, we have DKC2 any percent race between Panda and SBDWolf. It's gonna be great. SBDWolf is one of the higher players on the board, you know. I forget exactly where Panda is placed, but we have two excellent runners here. Two excellent runners here. And we have a great show for you. Commentary by Void. It's going to be a fantastic race. So please stick around, grab a snack. We have a few minutes before we're ready to go, but, you know, by all means. Dude, and who doesn't love DKC? Truly. You know, I don't know if we've ever mentioned it. We have these little rotating graphics here, right? Shadow of the Colossus World Record History. We are a channel, a YouTube channel dedicated to speedrunning histories, speedrunning documentaries. That's our YouTube channel. But, you know, we're also a conglomerate that has a couple other things. Like we have a podcast, right? So CJ, the editor for our show, and half of Speed Docs, CJ, It's All Good, also hosts his very own podcast called Speedrun Insider, where we have guests on. It's about an hour long, and they have a nice, lovely chat about just their own personal lives and what got them into speedrunning and sort of things that are related to what they do. And it's a fantastic list. You know, some of my personal favorite episodes. Yes, Pidge01 was on Speedrun Insider. That's right. Void has been on. Let's see here. I'm going off the top of my head. I don't have a list open. Right. Outrageous Josh. Right. From the Jack and Daxter community as well. Zem92. Let's see here. TGH. Episode just came out last night. We have a little, what do you call it? Channel points incentive thing in chat. So if you guys have saved points, you can always throw that up on there. I've been on that podcast. We talked about the history of Speed Docs and how it came to be and stuff like that. It's a great listen. But yeah, it's a fantastic little listen. Wherever you get your podcast, you can go subscribe to Speedrun Insider, or you can also check it out on YouTube. They have a video. It's on YouTube. It's not like a video version though, but you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel and watch there, or download it online. We also have had Squidbird online on the podcast. Squidbird was a fantastic chat. They talked about their music that they make and how they sort of approach making music for our channel. And it's like I said, it's a great listen. So please consider checking that out. Also, don't forget, we appreciate you guys stopping by the marathon and watching our videos and subscribing to the channel and stuff like that. But if you'd like to support us a little more with a more monetary way, we have a Patreon, right? You can check out our Patreon and you get access to videos early, and you can support us directly so that we don't have to worry about, if the algorithm is doing well for us or not. All videos get to make us a little money that goes directly to our pockets. We don't have to worry about dealing with all this, all this extra nonsense. So Patreon is a fantastic way to support us. You can support from $1, $3, or $5. And it gives us that, and special channels in the Discord and all that kind of stuff. So please consider supporting us on Patreon. We would really appreciate it. And I think I've gone through just about everything. I guess one other thing to mention is that on our Speedrun or Speed Docs YouTube channel, we have done videos on a bunch of different games. We've done speedrun histories on a bunch of different games, including Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2. So if you like Donkey Kong Country and you want to find out the history and you like storytelling and all that kind of stuff, we've documented those histories and we've compiled them into a video. And I think you guys would appreciate that, or would enjoy that kind of stuff. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, please consider going to watch that. Maybe after the marathon's over. But yeah. I also want to remind everybody that this is the first weekend. There is a second weekend of SpeedDocsAthon that's going on next weekend, right? We know everyone's got lives they got to go back to, so we are going to, after tonight, we're gonna kill the stream, and then we're gonna come back on Friday and do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday marathon. So, this is not the end of the week, or this is not the end of the marathon. This is only the end of weekend 1. So you can always come back next weekend and see some awesome runs then. But I won't keep you guys waiting any longer. We will go ahead and we will throw it over in just a moment. So we are raising money for Save the Children, a fantastic charity. So let's go ahead and watch a little video from them, and then we'll get on to the next run. Oops. Alrighty, we are live. We are live in person. Not in person, but online. We are live with Panduh4 and SBDWolf running Donkey Kong Country 2 any percent. Hello, hello.
Oh, is this on? Yeah, okay. I'm SpeedDocsAThon. I didn't see my thing light up, so I wasn't sure. Okay, yeah, I'm SpeedDocsAThon. I've already said that. Okay, take it away.
Perfect. Hello, I'm Panda. This is going to be a good run. Good luck to SPD.
Yeah, good luck.
All right. If y'all are ready to go, give us a little countdown and we'll go ahead and get started.
Right. I'll be giving you guys a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So welcome to DKC2. Pretty great game. In my opinion, the best speedrun on the Super Nintendo. Completely unbiased opinion, by the way. And we've got two really great runners for this race today. SBDWolf and Panda. SBDWolf is the current world record holder for DKC 20%, actually. Very talented runner, also runs a bunch of other games, stasses a bunch of other games, and just all around really cool dude. And Panda, up and running DKC2 runner that has been really hammering his time down recently. He's down to a mid 38 right now, so which is definitely a top tier time, like very close to top 5. I'm not sure actually if it is top 5 or not, but like both of these runners really good. This should be an awesome race, and I hope you guys are excited for it. What's less exciting though is, of course, like in the first 2 worlds of this game, you have a bunch of warp barrels, but to spice things up, we have wrong warps added into the mix. In fact, Topsail wrong warp right here is considered one of the harder wrong warps in the run, and it saves like maybe only 4 seconds. Both of them nail it, and we're on to the first boss, Crow. And Crow is the biggest instance of RNG in the run. For the first 2 hits for Crow are going to be pretty scripted, but from now on, there is a chance for Crow to drop fake eggs. Panda got a real egg, SBD got a fake one, and it's completely random, and like the time lost can really add up. And SBD is done with Crow. Ahead of Panda by a little bit. I think Panda got like I think I missed it. I was looking at SBD's screen when he was getting fakes, but yeah, I think Panda might have gotten trolled by Crow a little bit. But yeah, another wrong warp here in 2-1. Nicely done by both guys. This one is not too bad especially compared to Topsail Trouble. Here, Cannon's Claim. We're actually getting into this warp barrel from below using a team throw super jump. Some team throw super jumps are going to be used later in this run. Essentially, when you throw your guy onto an enemy and it comes back to you, you gain an additional jump. And that can give you extra height to reach places that cannot be reached under normal circumstances. Like that warp barrel, for example, you would only be able to normally access it from above, but because you can do this team throw super jump, you can trick the game into thinking that you actually come from above because the camera is high enough to load the barrel. But yeah, for the next couple levels, we're just going to be going into the warp barrels. Now we're gonna be going onto Cleaver. So there is some RNG to Cleaver. The cannonball spawns can actually add some variance to how this fight is done. It's not that much variance, definitely not as much as Crow brings to the run, but still variance nonetheless. Like this game has such low RNG other than the boss fights. Alright, nicely done by both guys. They did a trick called Lava Fly, which is the trick that I like to describe as the most risk-reward trick in the run. And like, risk-reward is... It's a concept that is so prevalent in DKC2 speedrunning. You have strats that save like either frames or like a very low amount of seconds at the cost of like potentially killing your run completely, and that is no exception. Lava Fly saves about 4 seconds, whereas if you do not get Lava Fly, you lose close to a minute.
Rough out here.
Yeah, it's rough on these streets. But yeah, now we're on to World 3, and this is where the game actually begins for real. It unfortunately begins with Rambi the Rhinoceros, but it is the fastest way to go through this level. And use Rambi's charge ability to just go through this level really quickly.
While they're doing that, we have a $40 donation from Aninkaz. This is the tale of an epic battle between a panda and a wolf. They ventured into the land of the evil crocodiles, and only one will come out on top. Tune in to SDAT to find out who will reign supreme to the epic tunes of Void. Also Mechaniz's World War.
I was waiting for it, actually. I was like, there's no way Aninkaz donates money and doesn't mention his Mechanos propaganda. But anyways, thank you for your donation, Aninkaz. Nice run earlier. Happy to have been commentating it.
Hell yeah.
And now we're on to Glimmer's Galleon. Glimmer's Galleon is one of the hardest levels in this run to optimize. It's not a particularly scary level to die in, but it can lose you a ton of time if you bonk corners incorrectly and whatnot. So Panda right here maintaining solo Dixie through the section to save some lag frames. Getting DK barrel right here. You do want this DK barrel before the end of the level because they're going to be going for a goal swap. I haven't talked about goal swaps yet. Goal swaps are done by swapping on a goal, of course, but you need airborne state for that, and you get airborne state through a variety of ways. For this particular instance, you get airborne state from the barrel that shoots you out. And goal swapping is a very useful method to fix your Kong order for the following level, and is just faster than both jumping on a goalpost or just swapping before the goalpost and then jumping on it. Alright, so right here, we're going to have Crockhead Clamor Wrong Warp. SBD going for a very hard version of it and gets it, no problem. Looks like Panda is also going for the same variant. Yep, nicely done by both guys. So the way this Wrong Warp works is you want to throw your girlfriend into the Cutlass's swords, and which will trigger the Cutlass into taking his swords out of the ground. And for whatever reason, if you combine this animation with the speed of a barrel shooting you out, it triggers the same failsafe as a regular Wrong Warp would. It is one of the more recent discoveries of this game. Like, I think this Wrong Warp is like, it's a few years old at this point, but led to the discovery of like a bunch of other Wrong Warps as a result.
This is true. Well, at least from my own memory of doing a history on this video. So
yeah.
All right.
So Panda, unfortunately, taking a pretty bad death here. Like Rattle Battle is not the place you want to die in, but like that's the thing with this level. It's like this level can be like either super easy or completely impossible. Like, of course, like it's easy, just like, you know, just follow the movement, forehead or whatever. But like, if you get distracted, like it can be so detrimental.
Speaking of which, we have $5 from Glenn. Ratley is a terrible animal buddy, and he should feel bad.
I will not take any slander on Ratley in this chat room. Ratley is the best animal buddy. Anyways, SBD going for another Wrong Warp. Gonna be explaining it a little more when Panda gets there, but yeah, regular Wrong Warps are done with something we call invisible objects, and we can create invisible objects once again in like a variety of ways. The most common way is to just clash two beetles together, and if our values are set properly, we can use this invisible object to move sprites and objects around and also change the values of some sprites and objects, in fact. And so if you combine this invisible object with an alternate exit, like say a war barrel or a bonus barrel, this happens. And you get shot out. Oof! SBD taking a bad hit, but this will open the door for Panda to make up some time. So, SBD didn't have to take the death right here, but I assume he took it like at that point when he like was falling down to the bottom of the level. I assume he took it because he really wanted to go for Vine Clip. So Vine Clip is this trick coming up, a team throw super jump that saves about 8 seconds. Nicely done. Yeah, other than that, not too much to be said about Bramble Blast. If you don't get Vine Clip, you have to go, like, either use a one of the, like, 7 backups to Vine Clip, which is what Panda is gonna go for. He's gonna go for one of the backups. There you go. Nicely done. That's actually a really fast backup. Yeah, you have to go either for a backup or you have to go through the Maze of Shame. And no one wants to go through the Maze of Shame because, as the name implies, it is shameful. And also very, very slow. Anyways, we're on to Cudgel. Cudgel is literally the worst boss fight in this game. It is slow, it is bad, and there's actually nothing redeeming about it. There's a piece of tech that these guys are doing where you are grabbing the TNT barrel from the left and you want to move to the right of Cudgel as he's falling down so that you can hit him with the barrel as soon as he lands. And it saves frames, it adds up throughout the fight because you're doing it 6 times. If you like do all those 6 hits properly, like you maybe save like 1.5 seconds. If you fail one of the hits, you lose like 15 seconds. Risk versus reward. Yeah. Looks like there's only 1 Cudgel cycle difference between the two, or maybe 2 actually. Yeah, looks like Panda has 2 cycles left on Cudgel. Yeah, which is about like a 25-second difference between these two. Now we're on to World 4. So World 4 is actually a very underrated world. World 4 is really difficult. Honey climbing, as you see SBD doing right now, is like probably the thing in this game that has the highest skill cap. Like top runners will climb honey like really, really quickly and save time over less experienced runners, for example. And both Panda and SBD went for a strat at the beginning of Hornet Hole called Diddy Hornet, which saves like 0.5 second, but is much harder than Dixie Hornet. By SBD, Panda are gonna go for the scroll, which is one of the few reasons to grab Squitter for this level. The way scroll works is if you dismount Squitter while over a hook and then remount Squitter, it essentially unlocks the camera for whatever reason. The game gets confused, as they say. But yeah, we take advantage of that to save some time in Hornet Hole. Not too much else to say about Target Terror, which is the level they're both currently on. You got these checkmark barrels that you want to grab to open the doors, and you also want to avoid the red X-marked barrels, which would close the doors. Actually, there is something in this level. There is a foul thing called the swag balloon that I really hope they won't go for it. Because it would otherwise completely and utterly kill their runs.
Please find a wrong word from this stage. Thank you.
Please and thank you. And speaking of wrong warps, we've got one of the harder wrong warps in the run coming up here on SBD screen. One saves close to a minute. And it is very involved. Ah, unfortunate. Panda went for the accursed trick. Alright, we'll see what happens for him. Maybe he's onto something, like the gap really shortened now with SBD failing to get Bramble wrong ward first try. Let's see what happens. But yeah, so what you want to do is you want to bounce on this beetle, take damage on the Bramble to give you a huge jump to get to this invincibility barrel, re-grab the beetle while the
Always say yes
springs.
to swag.
Yo, look at the timing on that. Man, perfectly in sync.
Yep, that was awesome. Yeah, I lost track of what I was explaining. Anyways, no one wants to hear my gibberish about Bramble Scramble wrong word. While we can watch this very exciting and fierce action-packed auto-scroller called Rickety Race. And yeah, obviously you have to win the race here because it's faster. You have to be careful of number 2 guy. Just dealing with number 2 guy, so did Panda. Yeah, Bramble Scramble, definitely the great equalizer of this race so far, which is pretty exciting to see him. Alright, Hole Marsh now. Hole is another really difficult level, like really hard platforming, and we top that off with a wrong warp that will save about 12 seconds. Got the really hard section coming up right now on SBD screen. Alright. They both nail it. Very nice. Panda not going for the halfway barrel. Just going balls to the wall. Here's a wrong warp setup. Clashing the beetles. Throwing the invisible object. Oof! And just like that, Panda takes the lead. Yeah, so looks like SBD is gonna complete the level without the wrong warp. He could give it another attempt. But yeah, looks like he's gonna take it the safe way. Meanwhile, Panda and Ramby Rumble used a team through super jump to skip a huge portion of the first half of this level. And now for the second half, really not much else to say about this level. That's unfortunately like as far as the exciting stuff in this level goes. Unless he's going for, oh, looks like he is going for Ramby Death Jump. And he gets it, nice. Another strat that is very high risk, low reward, saves about half a second. SBD also going for it. Nice, sweet. Taking a death on Randy death jump is it's a pretty big, feels bad, because of how little it saves, and also not everyone grabs the halfway barrel in this level. Like when you're doing regular attempts, you definitely don't. You would rather get a roll off on the platform where the halfway barrel is. Alright, so now both runners are on the king. Don't sleep on the king. And just done with him. And moving on to a World 5. So Gusty Glade is actually a fan favorite amongst DKC2 runners. That's very nice platforming, lots of like really clean rolls over gaps. And also a pretty interesting level to optimize all around. There are a couple strats that can be used in this level that also save minimal time at the risk of either dying or just failing miserably. Those ghost ropes, though, definitely can be tricky. That was a good level for Panda. It can be tricky in the sense that there's one in particular coming up on SBD's screen that if you have too much momentum, you're just gonna clip through. And because you only have one Kong, yeah, like see, SBD jumped out of his roll pretty early. I think Panda did the same to prevent that from happening. Now, both runners on Haunted Hall. And the gimmick in Haunted Hall is you want to grab the plus barrels to add to the timer so that Tupac, because this is clearly Tupac following you, the ghost of Tupac doesn't give you his mixtape to listen to. But at all, you'll want to avoid the minus barrels because those obviously are not good to get. The plus barrels are good, the minus barrels are bad, alright? And also, something worth noting in this level, you want to jump up and down slopes, and also do some additional jumps in some spots that may or may not look intuitive, but they will save you time. This level is another level that is really difficult to optimize. This level got a ton of work put in over the years. By some really talented tassers of this game. Trying to squeak out as much time as you can on the auto-scrollers. Now it's time for Gusty Glade. So Gusty Glade has very recently a wrong warp. Panda looks like is opting out of it. I don't even know actually if Panda knows the wrong warp or goes for it when he does regular runs, but SBD does. So I wonder if SBD is gonna go for the wrong warp. But in any case, this level, when done without the wrong warp, showcases the wind gimmick, and it is quite the gimmick. The whole level is based around those wind cycles. And also you have the spiller section that SBD is on that can be pretty annoying to navigate because the ledges in World 5, they can eat your inputs. Very nicely done for Panda. Oh, Panda gets a Diddy Rap at the end. Really not that big of a deal. Only a few seconds lost. You would normally want to go for a goal swap there to have Dixie in front for this level, Parachute Panic. And for this level, you want to actually skip the purple parrots. This level is giant memorization tests, really. You skip the parrots and you just fall down. You want to dodge the bees. This level is a dangerous level, especially the section Panda is on right now. It's like I jinxed it. Yeah. The spot Panda took damage on is like the only spot in the level where it's impossible to save yourself. That opens up the door for SBD. SBD made up quite some time from that. Now currently with a small lead. A final deboost here. Skip through the last portion of the level. And there you go. Nice. So SBD back in the lead. Small lead, but a lead nonetheless, as both runners enter Web Woods. One of the, if not the most infamous level in the run. We're gonna see our buddy Squidder the Spider, and we're gonna be using his ability to create platforms to cross giant chasms. And also, we're gonna trick the game into using some deboosts to also help us out. But this is a very hard level. Very hard to not die to this level. Very tough section right here for both runners. They make it through. Now we're on to the last part. One final deboost. SBD is in the clear. And Panda is in the clear as well. Nice. Deathless Web Woods for both runners is definitely something you like to see. It feels good.
Feels good, man.
Feels good, man. Alright. So Crow is back. Crow is back with his really annoying RNG. So for each phase, the barrel can either spawn to the left or to the right. And for the second cycle specifically, you want the barrel to spawn to the right. If the barrel spawns to the left, then that's a couple seconds lost. It's about the most detrimental RNG on this fight. Panda getting the right spawn, the right desired spawn. SBD got mid spawn, which is still perfectly fine. And both runners are through. Alright, so now we got a pretty cursed trick coming up. Arctic Zip. Arctic Zip got discovered fairly recently. I want to say like within the last couple of years. So the trick involves raising the water level. Oh, okay. Alright. It's a good thing that there is a backup DK barrel right here. So the trick involves raising the water level up to a certain point, and then we're gonna bring this lockjaw over. I'm gonna use this lockjaw to force a damage boost while in the middle of a swapping animation. Unfortunately, SBD was right on the spot, but did not get the swap timing properly. So he has to unfortunately take a death. And Panda despawns the lockjaw. That's really unfortunate. See, this is why this trick is cursed. Nobody likes this trick. This lockjaw, like once you're baiting the lockjaw over, it is so easy to despawn the lockjaw. And that despawns it again, which opens up the door for SBD. These guys are essentially tied at this point. But what if they would get Arctic Zip at the exact same time? The two of them. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Panda gets it though. Very nicely done for him. But SBD, as he went for the swap, despawned the Lockjaw. I've never seen that. And yeah, looks like SBD is just giving up on
Wow.
going for Arctic Zip for the day.
That might be the decider of this race.
Yeah. For sure. So yeah, SBD gonna have to navigate through Arctic Abyss the old way, while Panda is in Windy Well, cementing his lead. Mind you, Arctic Zip saves only 15 seconds. I say only, but like 15 seconds is a ton of time for this run. It's an absolute like massive amount of time. But like they both took like a lot more than 15 seconds. Like they didn't get their value out of Arctic Zip. Let's just put it that way. But like I said, cursed trick, especially in marathon runs. But you know, once again, can't blame them for going for it. It is fast after all.
It is.
So Panda going for Ghetto Bees here. Nicely done. Skips a win cycle by going under 2 bees at once. Alright. And through with Windy Well as SBD is reaching the halfway point. Now we have another wrong warp. The Castle Crush wrong warp, which was discovered shortly after the Crockett Clamber wrong warp got discovered. It works around the same principle. We're gonna use this Cutlass, and this Ramby barrel is gonna be your barrel of choice, and Panda gets it. Nicely done. It does look like a death warp, but you don't actually die. Now Clapper's Cavern. A little bit of a reprieve in World 6. This level not as difficult as the rest of World 6. Definitely some tech about this level that makes it interesting and not a complete dud. But yeah, compared to the other levels in World 6, not as difficult or punishing. SBD now gonna be going for his first attempt at Castle Crush. Looks good to me. And yep, gets it. Nicely done. So yeah, SBD entering Clappers as Panda is exiting it, and Panda is now gonna go for the final wrong warp of the run. Chaining Chamber. This one also saves a good amount of time. Is fairly difficult. Now you're going to be dealing with this Clobber real quick. Drop down, bounce on this Clobber, clash the Cannonball with the Clobber, and get the invisible object, which will then move the cannon over, and you will be able to get the wrong warp this way. And now we're on to the best level in the run, Toxic Tower. And by best, I mean, like, probably, like, the hardest level in the run to optimize. And also to just, like, you know, play through optimally, especially when you're on PB pace. Toxic Tower, very, very difficult, especially the snake section. The snake section is ridiculously hard to optimize. Like, ideally, you don't want to miss any snake jumps, but it's so difficult. And once you're through the snake section, you have this bird section, which is about as hard as the Rattly section, if not harder. Panda got the slide under strat with Squawks. Very nice. Which allows him to save his damage boosts for later. Where is Kerosene? Hey man. We don't speak of that game. But yeah, anyways, SBD finishing up Toxic Tower, Panda entering Screech Sprint, and hell yeah, that's what I like to see. Panda going for the jump. The jump is a really hard strat, saves less than a second, but it is also a natural route. Also goes for a cruiser jump. Damn, a fire starts with the Screech Sprint. Wonder if SBD will also go for the jump. And he does. That is what I like to see. Yeah, Panda is now through the hardest part of Screech Sprint with both his Kongs, so looks like that's his race to lose at this point, because the final boss is it's just a glorified cutscene, really. Like, K-roll in this game, pretty boring, pretty straightforward. You can go for Blue Diddy if you want, which will give you some swag points. But other than that, it's really just throw the cannonball into the blunderbuss when the sucking animation starts. And you want to do it as soon as possible, obviously, to save as much time as you can. If you throw too early, then that can get dangerous, but it will never get dangerous to the point where you'll take a death on K-roll. At worst, like, you'll lose a cycle. Hey, to be honest, I also spent hours on this boss as a kid. When you're speedrunning this game, though, it really is just a glorified cutscene. Yeah. Very good race by both runners, honestly.
Very good race.
Yeah. They're just going through the motions, messing around on K-roll, dealing with them. I guess while they're doing that, I should actually plug in the website for the DKC community, which is dkcspeedruns.com. If you guys liked this DKC blog, please go to dkcspeedruns.com and check that website out. It contains a ton of information regarding the speedruns for the SNES DKCs. Also has access to the community Discord. So if you're interested in picking those games up, like, definitely check that out. We like to have fun in the Discord. We like to have new people running the game. We answer your questions. We're very friendly, very open, and we also roll deep.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So yeah, Panda did go for Blue Diddy and also Blue Dixie. SBD has Blue Diddy on the screen too, which is what I like to see. Time is gonna be coming up for both these runners, by the way. Especially Panda. Time is gonna be on the final coin grab.
All right.
That's it for Panda. 41-18 by the looks of it.
Yep.
Nice run.
Nice run. GG.
SBD currently on K-Roll's last phase. So that should be a 41 as well. Unless my math is wrong.
It was a close race the whole time. You know, a little bit of back and forth.
A lot of lead change, which definitely makes it exciting.
Absolutely. Boom.
Yep, done for SBD. 41-58.
GG's.
Nice run. Good job, guys. Very nice race.
Thank you. GG,
Thank you.
SBD. It feels Arctic, man.
It feels Arctic, man. Oh man. That described the whole race. Well, okay, not the whole race, but like a good portion of
That was a good, like, that was about half the race spent on Arctic.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it was a close race though overall.
It was, even at the end.
Yeah.
Very.
41s is not something to scoff at, so.
Yeah, definitely. For marathon runs, like absolutely.
I had
Alright.
the swag.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about, you know, the fact that I have to send you cake and you got swag balloon in this race, but hey, good job though.
I'm sorry for not being able to deflect the power of sweat balloon. I'll get him next time.
Yeah. Oh well.
All right.
Thanks for racing, guys.
Thanks
Thanks for the
having us.
commentate.
Absolutely.
And thanks
Yeah.
for commentating as well, obviously.
It was a lot of fun. So thank you guys. You put on a great show, and we appreciate you. And we're gonna go take a quick break before we get to the next thing. But stick around. Hang on.